What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Check this out, man. To all y'all out there, young and older, because this don't just apply to young people, but to all y'all out there that feel like you have to portray a false image in order to get respect, to portray a false image and act like you're somebody that you're really not, in order to get that fantastic famous word clout. Y'all need to chill. Um, Faking who you are has never worked out. And I know y'all might be thinking, well, nah, some people, man, they'll fake it to make it. You got to fake it till you make it. You got to act like this just to get in the door and da 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 da. And on the surface, it may seem like that works. It may seem like that's has been a successful formula for some people because in some cases it has led to people making money. It has led to people getting fame. But in the end, usually people get exposed for who they're not. It usually comes to that at some point, and it's only so long you can portray a false image. It's only so long that you can keep it up because the people are not dumb. The people will recognize that this is really not who you are, and they'll recognize at some point that you duped them, that you tricked them, you fooled them. And one thing that the masses of the people really don't like and that they get extremely upset about in all walks of life is when you find out that somebody tricked you, when you find that you've been deceived. And a lot of times when that happens, it's usually no coming back. We see it in entertainment, we see it in rap music, we see it in politics where you got a lot of these sellout black people who try to latch on to certain parties and affiliate themselves with certain parties, and they just latch on to all the ideologies and the thought processes of those particular people, and then they turn their back on their own people, and then when it goes bad for them, they try to ease on back over to our side. But at the end of the day, man, you think about rappers, you think about studio gangsters in rap. That's always been a term. Now you see a lot of athletes that are trying to portray this hard image. I don't understand, and don't get me wrong, I was young once, but I still am. But I don't understand how we are so infatuated and fascinated with having people to believe that we are just gangster like that. You know, things don't ever really end well for the gangster. And that's what we got to understand. That's what we got to try to impart to our young people. And many people are doing that. But we got to pick up the pace. Things don't end well for the gangster. All you got to do is do a little historical checking, do a little research, and you'll find out that usually, and I'm talking about the real gangsters. I'm not even talking about y'all out there that's trying to portray the role and act like you gangster. I'm talking about the actual true to life to the bone. It ain't but a couple of doors that can be walked through when you really, really living that life. But what happens when you not really like that, when you get caught up in a true gangster situation, shh, oh man, now it's a sad day in the city because at least if the real gangster gets caught up, at least he gangster enough to try to get himself out of it, or he gangster enough to face up to whatever it is that he's facing. But you see a lot of times these young guys and females, when they get caught up and that's not who they really are, they revert back into little children. They crying in the courtroom, and they begging for their life on the street, and they hiding, and now you want to call the police now and all this different stuff. Yeah, it's like you should have never went down that road in the first place. And this is not a judgmental conversation by any means. It's more so of a precautionary conversation. Like, hey man, it's not worth it. It's all right to to be what they call a square. It's all right to be educated. It's all right to have a regular job. It's all right to do those things. It's all right to come home and sit down on your couch and pick up a remote and just flip some channels and really have nothing to do after you've done your day's work. That's okay to do. But this glorification of that lifestyle has put us in a bad situation as a whole, because now it trickles down to our young people, and they say, ooh, man, he got a gun. He packing guns. Ooh, look at all that dope on the table. Ooh, look at how they flexing and flossing, and look at all of them standing there looking hard, with their shirts off, and the tattoos. And hey man, look, at the end of the day, um, like I said on my podcast, the Underground Dialogue podcast, not being gangster is gangster. So focus on the longevity, focus on the long game, and focus on things that will give you the best chance to be here, be vertical 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and not trying to live a lifestyle or act like you live in a lifestyle that can take you out of here. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino, man. Show this to your young people, man. Watch it yourself, because some of y'all older cats still on that. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace.